Offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
36, line 36. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Man out, man out, man out. Smooth.
To throw it is Locke. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports.
70, Indy.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Locke. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Hey, exit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Don't get nervous. Hey, Delta. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Here we go, here we go. Now. Let's go, right here. Ready?
They do go for it. It's locked. Got a man open. It's Ross. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they look.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Hey, my 7.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, box drop. 5.
Lock now on 1st down. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 36. Now.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, orbit. Check 50. Hey. Banjo.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line.
Go. Hey, echo.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Open man is Ross, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
7 yards there and a 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
At the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Travel.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 13. Check a alpha.
On play action, Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Get it.
On the ground, it's Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Get him, boy.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Line 36. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Ready? Mike, 36.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Lock to throw for it on fourth. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action, Rock. Caught by Nelson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Hey, Haywood. Be crippled.
Block off of play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. A final shot before half for Locke. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Miami.
Pass. Under 10. 10.
Fournette, a first down carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 49-yard line.
Hey, Zoo.
That's what I do. Mike 4.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Fournette running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Fournette. And he's taken down inside the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Leonard Fournette. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 27, Allen escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Check.
Fournette. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. The Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Chubb. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Going deep downfield for Ross. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Fournette. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Pilot, 64, weak.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. This is Fournette. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. This is caught. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Get it. 60 or.
Okay, double.
Fire.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Locke going to try and throw on third down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
He's crashing.
They will run it. It's Fournette, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Hines. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Naeem Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders get a score closer. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Quick the edge, quick the edge. Come, come. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Smooth.
Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. to the air. Allen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
It's caught inside the 25, and he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lock. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but use it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 33. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Watch 36.
Look at me. Zipper.
Line 36. Line 36.
Now Lock. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Go.
Play action. Now it's Lock. Completes it to Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. Off play action. Lock. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's going to try and go deep again, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. So Allen's going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. C.J. Mosley. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
319. Half.
Hey, get in the weight room.
Hey, home.
Slam.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
Ready? 60 yards.
36 to Mike.
Go. Hey, Orbit. Be driven.
Lock to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Go.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands. Go.
Now Locke. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.